I was just about to film this episode and my glasses broke. The frame cracked and I'm pretty much blind as a bat without them. So I put in contact lenses right now, which are not great because my vision is complicated, but we'll see how it goes, all right? Just going with the flow here. Hi and welcome back. In the last video, we explored a foundational idea that the body is not the whole story. It is only the densest, most visible expression of something far, far greater. So in this episode, I want to go a little deeper into how this energetic system actually works and why understanding it can help make sense of so much of what we experience physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. One of the things that made this energetic framework really click for me was understanding that our thoughts and emotions can be understood as more subtle layers of energy around and within us. Even though we can't see a thought or hold an emotion in our hands, we know they are real because we feel their effects immediately, right? A fearful thought can tighten our tummy, worry can drain the body, and an unresolved emotion can stay in our system for years, and it can even shape the way we feel, perceive, and respond to life. So even if we can't see thoughts and emotions with our physical eyes, it makes intuitive sense that they exist on subtler levels than the physical body, and that they influence the body directly. Well, that changed everything for me, because instead of seeing the body as the starting point of everything, I began to understand it more as the end point of what's happening on much subtler levels. That's why what happens in the mental and emotional field matters so much. The body listens, the body responds, the body expresses. And as I learned more, I began to understand that we are part of a living flow of energy. More precisely, we are that living flow of energy. So where does this energy come from and where does it go? Well, in many energetic traditions, this life force energy is understood to move into the body from above, travel down through the body all the way below us and into the earth for grounding. From there, it rises back up through the system, through the heart, and it flows around us in a toroidal pattern before moving back out through the top of the head. This life force energy is distributed throughout the body by different energy centers. You may have heard the term chakra, which means energy wheel. Well, we have many of these chakras or energy centers in our energy field, and they extend beyond the 7 most commonly known ones that go from the root all the way up to the crown. Okay, but we don't need to get lost in the terminology here. All you need to know for now is that when these centers become blocked, distorted, or constricted, well, energy can't move as freely. This is especially true of the 3 lower energy centers located at the base of the pelvis, all the way up to the solar plexus. We may experience that as a heaviness, a depletion, constriction, or a sense that something in us is simply not flowing the way it was meant to. Maybe you've experienced this as a tight chest, a clenched belly, a feeling of exhaustion, a reactive mind, or maybe a feeling of apathy. It shows up in many different ways. As I mentioned in a previous video, the body is always giving us honest feedback. It's always trying to help us. And what it's saying is, please come back into balance. And here's the key. That balance is directly tied to the flow of energy we are either allowing or blocking in our system. Okay, there are other energetic layers around the body besides the mental and emotional ones, such as the etheric, the astral, the causal layers, and there are other ones. But for now, let's just keep things simple and practical by focusing on how we can maximize that flow of energy through our body. Because that flow is connected to so many of the things we want most in life. Health, vitality, enthusiasm, joy, passion, motivation, clarity, love, and fulfillment. So the next time you look in the mirror, try to remind yourself that your body is not the full picture. It's only the densest, most visible expression of a much larger energetic continuum. You can even begin to visualize a large golden egg-shaped field of light extending all around your body, above your head and under you, in front, back, and side to side. That is a much more expanded representation of what you actually are than what you see in the mirror. And isn't that a relief? I'm deliberately presenting this information in small, digestible doses because I want you to have time to process it gradually. I know that for many of you, what I'm presenting here may be a huge paradigm shift. It can certainly challenge some of the beliefs and assumptions we've never thought to question before. And this is a big one because it's directly tied to our core identity, our sense of security, and even our survival. If we're more than our physical bodies, this opens up a whole set of questions and beliefs we may need to investigate. So take your time with this one. And ultimately, you don't need to believe any of it. You can simply begin by focusing on allowing more energy into your body, because that's the catalyst for any real transformation. And that's exactly where we're headed on this journey. We'll soon be diving into how to stop blocking the energy and how to allow it to move more freely through our system. Because when that energy remains trapped in old patterns of fear, contraction, and conditioning, well, what happens is we stay identified with that smaller, survival-based version of ourselves. But when it begins to flow more freely, our perception changes, our body heals, and our entire life upgrades. So next time, we'll explore why so much of our energy gets trapped in the lower patterns of fear and conditioning, and how freeing that energy opens the door to a whole new life. Until then, keep practicing your deep belly breathing, particularly when you feel discomfort. You'll soon understand and begin to experience why breath work is so foundational for increasing your energy. As always, I would love to hear from you in the comments, and you can find me at consciousliving.solutions.com. All my books are available on Amazon and Ingram Spark. Thank you for your presence. Peace, and I will see you next time.